Well, good morning, everybody. Excuse me. Welcome to Okies Eden. I wanted to start here because what I'm going to do real quick is walk around my property, kind of show you what's going on. A lot happening over the next couple of months before I get into my full-on gardening. We'll start here. These trees, I've been here for 5 years, so these trees were already planted. I got new tires for the truck about a month ago. And hey, Spongy, that's right there. So, well, to start out, it's going to be quick out here because it's like 28 degrees. And I want to show you, you can see the frost where the sun is now. The frost is gone, but this was the frost. So it's 28. I don't like it. I'm a wimp. I know. I used to live in the Northeast. I used to live up near Buffalo, where you get your 10 below, 15 below, but I'm older and I'm used to the hotter weather now. So I kept my tires. I'm gonna put one there and at each corner of my property. That's just gonna be for wildflowers. I get tons of wildflowers in the fields around my house. And so those wildflowers, oh, hey, Shannon, I'm gonna plant wildflowers because I'm trying to draw the bees in. But I prune these trees. Since the 5 years I've been here, I prune these trees. I keep them about a little lower than my height. They're probably 6 foot. So I'll prune that one limb off because I like to be able to mow under there and I want them to shoot up and bush out. That one there has struggled, has gotten better. This one there has struggled, but finally filled out. I'm going to be raking these leaves up because that's mulch and compost. I know, was it last week or the week before, I talked about the wildfires we had earlier in the year. Well, to show you how close they were, I'm standing right in front of my house. The fire trucks pulled in our driveway, parked here, pointed that direction. The fires were just on the other side of those trees. So if they've gotten to the trees, they would have hit this, and this would have went up in about 30 seconds because we had 60, 70 mile an hour winds. But anyways, it didn't get that far. Those guys and girls, they did an awesome job. 14 stations responded. We weren't sure what was going on because we were in Texas visiting my grandkids, our grandkids, and my son and daughter-in-law are both firefighter paramedics. So they were getting us information. So we knew at one point it was pretty close. Then I wanted to show you, so this is my back field. Hey, Natty. I own over to that big cedar tree, actually, and over to here and back this way. I don't mow that because I push mow for exercise. I have a rider that I've done maintenance on, and it runs great and everything. It mows. I just don't want to get into the habit of having to mow all that and then keeping it down. I have 3/4 of an acre here that's already mowed, and that's plenty for what I'm doing. I can grow a year's worth of food easily on 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre. So that I don't really need. So let's talk about what's going on here for a second. This is what I talked about earlier. I think it was last week in one of my sunrise lives. The sunrise comes over here, and you can see now the sun is up over here, over that way. What I want to do here is I'm going to get a 20 by 30, 20 by 20 tarp of some sort. Here, let me just break away from that for a second. The people that owned the house before me, hey, Driving Daily, you can see garlic is growing again. I cannot keep that stuff off. I don't want to, but every year I dig up all of the garlic that is there. They planted it around that telephone pole. Every year I pull it up. Every year it comes back. So that is my garlic I get every year. Never paid anything for it. It's free. They put it in the ground. It just grows. So back to my rant. No, it's not the spongy gold and the rant that her and her mom do. This is just my rant about. So here I'm going to a 20 by 20 or 20 by 30 tarp on the ground. In the center, I will place one of, no, I'm not going to do the rant dance. I don't dance. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm too old, I'd break it. I'm going to put a 20 by 20 or a 20 by 30 tarp here. In the center will be one of my, or two of my planter boxes. And then around the perimeter, so it doesn't blow around, I'll have my pallets laying on top of the tarp. Then I don't have to mow, I don't have to weed trim around the box. It's all going to be on the tarp. Plant my pumpkins, and then the pumpkins can grow off onto the tarp, all the vines, and then as they grow out, I can put the pumpkins up on top of the pallets on the perimeter. And I'm probably going to start with one and then grow it each year. We'll see. I want to see how it does the first year, the first time I do that. So I'm going to have some pumpkins back here, a little patch. Then come over to the what all the internet hubbub is about. You know, everybody's talking about gardens and everybody keeps talking about Okie's garden. No, they don't. So you can see, finally, my asparagus plants, they're all dying out. They're all brown. So now I can get in there and tear all that up. I will prune that down to the ground. Oh, cool. Thank you, Natty. Natty's gonna get, she just wanted to have a placard in the Okie's garden. I get it. I get it. Everybody wants a piece of Okie's garden. I get it. I'm just kidding. But thank you, Natty. I appreciate it. So these will get trimmed back. And then I have that pile over there of my my leaves and my vines from this whole pumpkin. This was all pumpkin patch, remember? This was all heavily pumpkin patched. That's all one little tiny pile over there. That's what I'm going to use compost there. And then on this other side over here, that'll get tilled up in a couple weeks. I'll do a video on it. These will get trimmed and cultivated, and I'm sorry, mulched. And then I'll cultivate that. And that's going to be the remainder. Hey, Missy. That'll be the rest. It'll be 4 foot. So this patch, my patch of asparagus, will go from here, 4 foot this way. So this will be 4 foot by about 25 foot. So I'll go all the way over there. So that'll be one, I'll probably have 25, 30 plants in there. Next year I can harvest this batch. Those there, I'll wait a year for them to grow and get secure in the ground and settled. Remember, this was my one pumpkin mound. My other pumpkin mound is over there. My other pumpkin mound is over there. But you guys all remember that? That was all green. There's my A-frame. Over there, beyond that trellis, is a piece of cardboard with 55 gallons, hey kittles, of sawdust. So sawdust is also going to become mulch, or it'll become compost. Remember, these are portable. All I have to do is, I have 4 screws at each post. I have a screw at each post. Undo those, I can move that whole thing. I'll till that cardboard into the ground. It's all brittle and ready to go. And then I was thinking last night, I had my grandson last night. We're switching nights. We're trading off half night because of his operation and the casting he has on both of his legs and up to his hips. It's just a lot of work, so we take turns taking care of him during the night. So last night from 11 till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock this morning, I was over there. So I wanted to knock this out quick in case I need to pass out later. But these 2 trellises were the original ones I put in. I was going to put one here that's all lined up, but this is going to be 4x4s now. I will cut a 4x4 in half. I will sink them into the ground and make a nice gate. Eventually, I'm going to be building a small shed there, a garden shed. That's going to be rustic. It's going to be using old rustic boards, reclaimed wood, and pallet wood. No, I like to go. I just enjoy going. So I take a nap. I'll take a nap in the afternoon for an hour. I'll get up. I'll go till 6, 7 o'clock, take a nap, get up. It's just, it's my life. I enjoy it. I don't mind it. It's not like to me. So Kittles is jealous. Don't be jealous. Don't be jelly. So there'll be a gate over there and you'll see, I do sunrise. If you guys remember, I do my sunrise lives in the summer from here. So I usually point and I look up through here for the sunrise. But you'll see I have this one and this one in line, and then I'll pull this post, 2 4x4s, and then I can come through with my tiller and all that stuff. In about a week, we've had a couple hard freezes now, so believe it or not, my apple trees are very hardy. They still have all the leaves on. Once they drop their leaves and I know they're in their dormant state, I'll come out and do a video on pruning apple trees. I'm not a pro, I don't do it a lot. I've done it a few times. Oh, I hope that appointment goes well for you. So we'll do a video on it. I'll come out and that'll all get pruned. Let me back up. You guys know I have my little picket fences here. So I have this picket fence is going to go over there. You'll see in a second. And then you see I have a picket fence behind it too. And then I got my old car rims. That is from a Chevy, an old Chevy. And that is one of my favorites. I love the old Ford hubcaps. I don't know what that's from, but I had a Ford Falcon. And it's not from a Falcon, but it's from like a 60s Ford. A galvanized. So you'll see I'll come in with my weed trimmer. Here is what I'm talking about. This post will go right here. Let me see if I can do this without either cutting myself or ending up in the hospital again. So that's just how it's going to look. Let me see what that looks like. So that post, I'll dig a hole. It'll be put in the ground. This will be attached to that. Then there will be a trellis, entry trellis here. And then we'll do the same thing over there. 4x4 post, maybe a 3 or 4 foot section of picket fence, then wire fence to the trellis. And then once I open this and peel this back, I'm doing a video. I'll grab the tiller. This will all get dug up and tilled. There'll be a 4-inch wood border all the way around this on the inside and outside. So when I weed trim, Kittles, it's because it's only a garden fence. It's not structural. I'm only going to go down a foot. But I'll put, I have 40 pounds of cement. So I'll put 20 pounds of cement in each hole. They will not go anywhere. And then once I tie in 2 picket fences at the corner and they're sunk in the ground, it's going to be solid. And then I have if you've seen my signs, no, we don't get the frost like you guys up there. You guys get the frost that heaves and cracks concrete. We might get, on a bad year, 10, 15 days maybe below zero, or not below zero, below freezing. So our frost line, they bury the lines here. The water lines here are only about a foot deep. I know when I lived in New York, I think the code was when we built our house was 36 or 40 inches deep. You had to bury the lines. Here, that's about a foot. So we don't have the frost. You guys probably get into almost permafrost up there, like Alaska, where, I mean, it stays frosted most of the year, but we don't have that down here. And it's never really we'll get a 0 degree day maybe. We've had last couple of years 1 or 2 degrees below zero, and it's 50 the next day. So it never has a chance to set. So that's going to be the garden. So as I back up and almost trip over my grow boxes. No. No. In Texas, I would say yes. Texas is horrible. They call it black gumbo is what they call the topsoil, the dirt down. I remove a lot of that, bring in gravel because it moves and cracks the foundations or the piers so bad. They don't seem to have that much of a problem with it. This is a lot of sand actually and loose soil. It's not that bad. Oh my goodness, Terry. No, thank you. You can keep it. But so that's what it's gonna kind of look like. That's just a rough. And then those directional signs I have from like the Alps where I was born and raised with the points on the arrows. McKinney, Texas, let's see, Poston-Kill, New York. I'm gonna have those directional signs pointing in the direction the correct direction on these posts. And then my son made me years ago when he was in high school a birdhouse. And a birdhouse is gonna go on top of this one or that one, I'm not sure. The post will be where that red bucket is. So there'll be a 4x4 post there, small picket fence, and then it'll have directional signs for different cities. Some are going to be cities that I was born in, the one I was born in, ones that meant a lot to me growing up that I have fond memories of. Some of where I've traveled when I went to Europe, like Ghent in Belgium. I want to have a sign for that and the mileage, so on and so forth. Because then this is going to this backs right up into my subscriber garden. So now I'm stepping over here in the shade. And then, like I said, there'll be an entry trellis right here. I was going to put a box here. I'm going to put two here, but I'm going to leave this area open because the trellis is going to be here. So I'm going to be walking in and out of here. I don't want to have to walk around a maze. So I'm going to have that grow box. I'm going to have obviously this one, two more here, and then this area open. And then this area here is a grow box. And then this mound of dirt, I'm just going to put a border around so it doesn't wash away with rain. And I'm going to plant a bunch of stuff in this hill. That was Foraging in Urban Gardens idea. So I said, I'll try it. Why not? Of course, the subscriber garden. This is what I see from my kitchen window. So next year is exciting because I'll have my fencing here. Shannon from Us and Our Bunch along this fence is going to be sunflowers. I have slated for this area here is going to be Down Home Misty style. This will be, I think she sent me acorn squash and some winter squash. And then, yeah, it is my playground, that's right. And then over there is going to be Mural from Hearth and Home. She sent me calypso seeds. And then I have 4 or 5 other people now that have been sending me seeds, and now I have Natty sending me seeds. She's just making more work for me. I can't ever get a break. Everybody just keeps sending me seeds. I'm only kidding. Keep sending seeds. I'll grow them. And then I'll be planting stuff in here. And then, of course, these are going to be planters also for my subscribers. Now, what's interesting is, let me show you this. You know, I toss all my stuff out here, all my compost. And so the other day, I don't want that to tip over. I found some potato plants were growing pretty well. So what I did was, I have these plastic bins we had in our pantry for years. And decided, you can feel it. Inside, I can feel the warmth. You can see the condensations on the inside. The warmth is in there. And I'm hoping that these will be successful. I'm not sure they're going to be, because some of these have already taken a hit. Some have not. Some are still doing okay. Don't know. We're going to find out together. Keeping an eye on it. But you can see it's like the greenhouse effect. Same thing here. This plant's a little healthier. I got better plants here, but some of it is dying out. But I've had that happen before, where they start to die out, but then they come right back. Potatoes are very resilient, so we're going to find out how that works together. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to take you inside real quick because I want to show you. Let me see if the dog's going to come down. Lexi. See if Doofus wants to come down. Lexi, come here. Up there she is. Lexi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get in there. Uh-oh. She's in run mode. Ready? Go get it. Go get it. Go get the ball. No, not me. Go get it. Go get it. Oh my goodness. All right, so let me do this real quick. Let me get this turned around. See if I can do that. Oh, she almost knocked the tripod out of my hand. She's a crazy dog. All right, get in there. All right, let's do this real quick before I sit down. I want to show you guys the inside stuff. Okay, let's turn this puppy around. Boom. So here's what I got going on. You all know by now, I think, I might have an echo. This is a small room. I'm in that hashtag micro dwarf 2526, where we're all sending videos in. So this here is a micro dwarf tomato. That there is a micro dwarf tomato. They're now about 6-8 inches tall. I've staked them. I did a video on that the other day. This here and this here are orange and yellow peppers. I'm not sure which is which. I didn't tag them. I always forget. My white pumpkins had a couple of brown leaves on them that looked diseased. You can see where I pruned them off. Now it seems to be coming back. It's under the other grow light. Hey, Lisa. And then here is my hydroponic system. I took my light off because I'm under this light. This, I don't know what it is. I planted it. I forgot, I never tagged it. But foraging and urban farming sent me the seeds. These two are asparagus seeds in my hydroponic system. These three here are more of the micro tomatoes sent by Broke But Bountifully Blessed for the micro dwarf contest or whatever they're having. And then this is pimento seeds. I didn't have any luck with my pimento seeds the first time, so I'm trying to get them to grow again. Then of course I have some seeds drying back here. I have all sorts of jalapeno seeds. I have more pimento seeds drying that I'll be collecting. So let's do this. Let's move you all back out here. And we will see. Probably should see about getting a shave here at some point instead of being a hobo about it. All right. It is cold out there, let me tell you. All right, we are back inside with Okie. Now I can just sit down. Now I can relax. It's been it was a long night. But anyways, that's done. So I had a little list here going on. I do have a person lined up for a live coming up. Let me see if this does anything. Is that too bright? Yeah, it's too bright. I have a collaboration coming up here one of these weekends. I didn't see the message. No, I did not. So when we were outside earlier, you saw how bright it was. If any of you watched that video I did a short video just showing the new box I made out there, the new planter box. And you saw that was unfiltered light. That was right out of the phone. That week, I did it the week before we left, I took that video. We had about 4 or 5 days, and I'm not into conspiracy theories and stuff like that. I mean, I like reading about it, but I don't really get into it. Oh yeah, I believe that. I believe it. So the light looked kind of brown, tan. I don't even know how to explain it. It was no cloud cover. It was just 3 or 4 or 5 days of this brown. I can't even explain it. The atmosphere, I don't know if it was, I don't know if there was like a sandstorm they talk about in the air, or something else in the atmosphere that was changing the color of the the atmosphere in my area, but it was brown. Everything looked brown. The grass looked brown, even though there was green grass. The field is brown, but even everything around it just looked brown. So if anybody has any thoughts about what that is, tomorrow I'm doing a video. It'll be an edited one. It won't be a live. I'm going to do a video on a cooking a recipe that is from the South, but it's good. It's very good, but you don't see it that often. I don't see a lot of videos on it, and nobody that I follow that I know of has done it. So I'm going to do the video. Its biggest component is onions. It could be pollutants. It could very well be. It was just very, very weird. It was like the sky was blue, which usually translates, everything else looks nice and bright and colorful. It was just brown. It looked like a black and white TV show. It was so weird. And if you watch that video, I didn't change that. I didn't filter it. I didn't use any effects or nothing. That's how it filmed. So anyways, but it's the biggest portion, the biggest part, maybe Natty, if Natty and Kittles, if you guys like onion, this might be for you. It'll be popping out probably this weekend. It only has a few easy ingredients, most of what you have in your. No, Natty, I don't have allergies. I don't have any allergies. The only time I sneeze or have any kind of stuff is I work in the shop, and if I work with cedar wood is very dusty. It's very fine when you sand it. And if you don't wear a mask, it gets up in your sinuses and you'll sneeze. But I don't have any allergies. I've been tested for allergies years ago with all the little needle tests all over your back and chest and arms. They tested me for 76 things, and I came back clear for everything. So I'm one of the fortunate ones that don't have to worry about that. Yes, have fun in nature, they are. So it's an onion-based dish, but I know Natty's been doing the sugar-free lifestyle, the cleansing, and she just said she loves onions. So there's no sugar in this. It's spices and onions and some other stuff, and I'll tell you what it is in the video, but it's very simple, very easy to make. Very easy to make. I have a couple twists I'm going to do to get some protein involved in it. And I'll tell you what the original. Oh, it does, yeah. Okay, cool. So, I'll tell you what the original recipe is, but then I will also tell you kind of how I changed it, because that's what recipes are all about. You kind of, yeah, they are, Kittles. You change it up to your flavor profile on a lot of these things, I see a lot of people make, like we all made potato soup one week. I think Misty made it. I think Natty might have made it. I think Misty Cooking on a Budget made it, and I'm pretty sure Grandma Teresa Gilmore made it, and I made it. And everybody made it with a different twist. I love French onion soup. Emeril Lagasse, yeah, yep, I like Emeril. Everybody had a different take on potato soup. And there's some, if you watch some of these cooks, they'll be like, this is real potato soup. If you don't make it this way, you're wrong. Everybody learns from their generation prior, typically back in that time. So the stuff my mom made, to me, was the best. Somebody else's mom or grandma made the best. Doesn't mean they're wrong, just means that's what you grew up on. That's what you react to. That's what makes you happy. That's why when I cook the stuff I cook, I just say, you know, you may like this, you may not, give it a try. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody grew up in different regions. You grow up in a different country. You know, look at if you look at Cuba, you look at Jamaica, you look at Africa. They use a lot. India, they use a lot of. A lot of spices. If you watch Chef Zed, she uses a lot of spices. I've never used that many spices in my life, but that's the way they cook. I like those spices. I love those dishes, but I don't use them. Everybody's a little bit different. Some people are more bland. Other people like more spice. I like spiciness, so I'll add spicy stuff where other people don't. I think the spice, a nice quantity of spice adds to the dish. I don't mean throw Carolina Reapers in there. Oh, and I'm ordering it this week, the challenge. So I'll do a live hot challenge where I'm either doing a chip or a gummy bear. I'm just trying to figure out which one I want to do. I will do a live, and then I'll do it live while I'm eating the chip and watching my life, you know, go through the hourglass as the heat is killing me. And then we can discuss things as I am burning alive with spice. But I like doing stuff like that every once in a while. I don't get crazy with it, but every once in a while, I don't mind. Spicy doesn't bother me that much. But I did say I do have a collaboration coming up. We're setting the dates now, and I do have somebody else interested. And Chef Zed and I still have to hook up for one. So I do have a few coming up. Just be a little more patient. With my grandson, we're switching off times, helping with him because of the situation. So my schedule is still kind of tight. So I work things in where I can. That's why I've done some more lives, because I can throw a live in real quick, kind of update everybody what's happening, what's coming up. So thank you for everybody's patience for that. It's going well. Just to kind of update everybody real quick, if you're interested, I had him from 11 till this morning, about 8 or 9 o'clock. I think it was 9 o'clock, I think. He didn't sleep much during the night, but not because of pain. It's just, the medications have him kind of squirrely right now. Pain meds are, other than ibuprofen now and Tylenol, for when he needs it. Any of the serious stuff he's off of. He's healing. He hasn't smiled while we were in the hospital because he was so doped up, is the only way I can put it. But when I was with him last night, we have his room set up so you can prop him up. We got wedge pillows and stuff and move him around and change him and all that stuff. And I went to get his medication ready this morning to give to him. And when I walked back in the room, he was awake. When I walked in the room, he looked at me and smiled. And that's the first smile he's given me since before he went under for the operation. So I'm real happy about that. We've been waiting for him to smile again, and he's finally responding with grins and being happy. So that's a plus. So everything looks like it's on the upward trend. It's just a matter of trading off times that he needs, so somebody's not with him, every single day, where he's got to be lifted around and because of casting and all that kind of stuff. So, but anyways, going well. I figured people would want an update. So compared to the first day or two, that just got ugly really fast, to now, it's night and day. So everything is in the upward trend. Collabs, playlists. I'm going to do a quick contest. The first, this is going to go public as soon as I'm done, and I flip this to public. I usually flip it to public about 5 minutes after I do the live. The first 3 people to type in PL or playlist or watch hour or something to inform me, not here, not in these chat comments, in the comment afterwards, that you want me to run your playlists or videos or content. First 3 people on my 3 TVs today, will run from now till this evening. So that's the contest. So if you want me to watch your playlist, to give your support to your channel, I have my 2 channels. I can do them. And then I also have tonight, I can run 1 or 2 channels from, if I go over there tonight to my son's house for half the night, I can run other people's channels there. So I try to do that every day. I hope everybody can help me out too with that same thing with the playlist. If we can all work together as a community, we can continue to help each other's hours. Yeah, I have one for YouTube growth, which is just stable right now. It's got almost 100 viewers. And I just let it sit there because I was going to work on it this winter more. I wanted to have it ready to go. It's more about YouTube growth, and then I'm going to start doing videos on what I've learned this past year. And I'm going to start doing some of that hopefully January, February. But I use that channel also to run people's, so I can run from my Okies Eden, and then I can also run their stuff from that channel. So I can do double the time for supporting somebody's channel, which I do quite often. So hopefully everybody can support each other, help each other's hours. Even if somebody just got monetized, still run their stuff. It's still nice to run their stuff because if you let the playlist run and the ads run, that's how they get their ad revenue. That's how they get paid. So like Grandma Teresa, Natty Homemaker, people like that, they've got their monetization, but that doesn't just end there. They don't just immediately get paid by YouTube. They have to have ad revenue, which is by running the ads. So if you just cut the ads out, it doesn't help them. Where if you run the playlist and it runs all of the ads for all of the videos, you run it overnight, it helps their bottom line, if that makes sense. I think that's how it works anyways. And then those that are getting close, it's nice to run them because you're still not paid yet, huh? I would have your people get with their people. But anyways, I'm sorry about that. I hope you get paid soon, Grandma Teresa. But I have another video coming out tonight that's talking about the dwarf, micro dwarf 2526. That's really cool. They've already posted some of my videos. So if you go to that hashtag on YouTube, it'll take you to that and you'll see a bunch of videos lined up. I'm doing a couple shorts also. The one that releases tonight will go to the micro dwarf. That's really cool. So I'm excited about that. I got through that from YouTube has to make $100 in advertising, correct. I think also, doesn't Super Chats go to that too? Is it just 100 from the ad revenue? Because I was under the impression, I could be wrong, Terry, because I'm not monetized yet, but that Super Chat money, when somebody sends you a Super Chat, I thought it went to that also. Okay. Now, I did hear that the Super Chats, I believe, if somebody gives you $10 on a Super Chat, I believe YouTube takes 30% from the Super Chat. If that, I could be wrong. That's what I was researching. So you would get 7, they would get 3. So yeah, if you can watch the ads, just let them continue to run. If you're running the playlist, there's some out there like Missy Cooking on a Budget, Natty Homemakers, Chef Zed. They'll do a 2 or 3 hour. They'll do a 2 or 3 hour live. So I'll watch a lot of the live, but then I might have to go over to my grandson's, or I might have to go somewhere. What I do then is I turn the TV on when I leave, and I let it run. And then I just let I don't turn the ads off. I just let them run through the ads. I'm not here anyways, or if I'm outside working, I'm running it. It's not hurting me that the ads are running. So, you know, I'm just running them on my TV. I'm not watching it sometimes. I'm just running it in the background while I'm working. Yeah, Terry, there's a lot of, I guess until we get there and actually have to, I know Natty's there and Grandma Teresa's there, so they could probably shed more light on that than I can, but I mean, rumor has it that I'm a genius, but maybe not so much on YouTube stuff, but I'm a genius. I started that rumor a couple of weeks ago. It seems to have spread a little bit, but I did start the rumor, but it still counts. If somebody says if they heard Okie is a genius, it counts. But anyways, that's about it for now. I just want to kind of give you guys a quick roundabout of what's going on here and then what's going to be coming up. So I still do have a lot of stuff going in the queue. It's just a matter of timing and when I can get it done and loaded in. The other day I was at, I don't really check every single day how many viewers and subscribers I have, but somebody said the other day, I think it was Foraging might have been, that I had 893 or something. So I'm like, I went and checked, yes, 893. And I went to bed when I went over to my grandson's house, put him down, got him kind of resting. And I was catnapping through the night. I woke up to 907. So I don't know. Oh, is it 902? They must have taken some away. Because this morning at 8 o'clock, it was 907. Yeah, YouTube went in and grabbed some from me probably. You know, you can't get monetized. You know, you're going to have to fight to get monetized. But I had 907 this morning, so they probably decided some were not worthy, you know, of the greatness of Okies Eden. They're probably like, you know, Okies Eden is so special, and there's just something about his channel that just resonates throughout the world that they're not good enough to be subscribed to Okies Eden. I'm just kidding. Everybody knows I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Yes, Bo, I see Bo's RV Life. If you get a chance, go check Bo out. Bo, I think, is at 50 or 51. He can probably soon start to do lives, which will be really cool. Bo's RV Life, if you're there, I don't know if he's on here right now or not. Maybe someday we can do a live. I can have you on here. We can do a collaboration with your channel. But with that said, I have to go. I got some stuff I got to prepare for tonight. And probably take a nap here in the afternoon so I can kind of catch up a little bit. And then we'll see what this weekend brings. Oh, hey, Bo. Bo's RV Life. We'll have to do a lot. I'll email me sometime if you want to do come on my channel. We'll do some questions and stuff. We can talk. We'll do a collaboration. If you're interested, just email me at okieseden@gmail.com. It's that simple. okieseden@gmail.com. And we can hook up and do a live stream collaboration. So with that said, everybody have a great day. It's a beautiful day here. It's going to be 50. It's beautifully sunny, finally. And it is just beautiful out. My indoor garden's growing. I'm going to cook myself some breakfast. I'm ready to rock and roll. It's Tuesday. Have a great day. We'll see you guys in the next one.